Tomatoes. Happy New Year. Yay. Thanks for not yelling at me for taking a break. There was very little hate mail. Yeah. Just a few little pushes. Like, could you go back to work yet? It's a little passive aggressive. Yeah. No, because you know who ruins it? Overachievers. True. There was that extra week we all could have fucked off. Mm-hmm. And then, boom, there's emails from work people. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm not participating. No. We don't want the type A's to ruin it. No. There's more of us than there are of them. The problem is they're more aggressive. We're type K. Type K, which means nap time. For Kathleen. That's what that means. So I want to thank all of the non-type A's for not going along with that for that week, last week. That should have just been off for everybody. Anyway. Happy New Year. And I got a new wand from my friend Adam. Nice. It's a Harry Potter one, but I tried to charge it and I fucked it up. You did? Well, it's not broken. I just have to read the directions, which is something I'm not usually fond of. Now, I'm not a direction person. I rip open a box and I plug shit in and I hope it works. And then it doesn't. And then I have to go back to step one. And then I'm like, shit, I threw that out. And then I have to go through the trash. It's a thing. But once you accept who you are, it's an easier life. Exactly. Yeah. So, what are my glasses? Here we are with my new wand, which I'm going to figure out because it's a Hogwarts wand and it lights up somehow. Cool. But see, there's a little flare, but I don't know what it does.
I don't think it's meant to have fire come out.
Fire! So many things, termites. Did you have fun over Christmas? I did. I was in the Ozarks and Jeff City and Columbia, Missouri, all over Missouri. I should have just given rides. I should have been an Uber for people who needed to go all over Missouri. I could have fit more people in the car and gone everything. So much mail came. The post office ladies are very glad I showed up finally. They were getting a little, I even got a phone call.
You got a phone call from the post office? Wow. Why?
Because there was too much shit up there and I was overflowing my P.O. box. Uh-oh. And yeah, those women up there don't put up with shit, which is why I like my post office, because they don't tolerate bullshit. No. And sometimes you're the recipient of, you were the bad person. And I was just gone. I was in Missouri. Right. And then back in Nashville for New Year's Eve, which I'll talk about because I went day drinking downtown. So I have, for termites that might be coming to Nashville, I have information about the new bars. Yes. There's a lot of information about where you should go and where you should not go. And the one I don't really want to throw under the bus, but I'm going to have to a little bit. Yeah. Okay. We'll get to it. All right. So in the mail, what are you drinking? Termite information. Well, I'm drinking a Nashville beer since I've been here for a week. It's the Preds. I went to a Preds game. Nice. They played Chicago, the Blackhawks, the Predators. It's hockey, for you non-sports people. Always fun with little Dorf. He knows everybody. We just squirrel around and say hi to everybody. Jelly Roll was up in the big box. I did not go up, but we did text him because somebody got married. I'll never get over that too. If anybody ever asked me to engage to get married at a sporting event on a jumbotron, they need flat no. You just fuck that up by that. If you're that crazy. No, it's too much pressure for the person. Yeah. Or I'd go, oh, sure, and not mean it. And then after the Jumbotron was off, I'd be like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Like, this is supposed to be for something. Us. But anyway, they were a happy little couple. And Dorf texted Jelly Roll, what are you now marrying people to? Is there anything you can't do? And he wrote back, LOL. And Jelly Roll was on the New Year's Eve TV one. He did great.
The Nashville thing.
The Nashville one was the best.
Yeah.
I flipped through them all, and I don't need to see Anderson Cooper. I could care less. But Leonard Skinner, you can't. And me and Dorf were talking about it. It's America's band. Yeah. Like if you had to send one band to represent America, even if you're not Southern or you don't like, a long time ago they had the Confederate flag, they took it down. Yeah. Freebird. It's awesome. What other band? Sorry, Paddles, but Canada. I love Rush. Rush is a great band. Tragically hip. Yep. But it's no Freebird. No. We still win. Hands down. America, gold medal. If we send Skinnerd. They always say Dallas is America's football team. I'm saying Skinnerd is America's band. If there was a competition.
I agree.
Yeah. And then the other one, if I leave here tomorrow. And that's his brother singing. Well, what was that? There's like 10 I like. I like them all. I love all singer. Things just wouldn't be the same.
It's 45 minutes long.
And his brother sings because his brother died. Ronnie Van Zant died in the plane crash. And if you've never seen the documentary, it's called If I Leave Here Tomorrow. And it's so sad, but it's so good. It's so well done. And talk about, I always say there's a lack of creativity currently, nowadays, as an old person would say, because I don't think there's enough feral children.
Right.
Which means you don't know helicopter parenting. Right. Like I'm partial, 50% feral. My parents, at least 50% of the time, did not know where I was
70%.
or what I was, maybe 70. Yeah, maybe 70% feral. But you see the Skinner documentary, those guys were feral. I mean, they were living out in a shack with cottonmouths and alligators and staying up all night to protect their equipment because some other redneck's going to come to the swamp in Jacksonville. Yeah. It's just a crazy show. I didn't even know they were from Florida. I thought because of the name, I thought they were from Alabama.
Sweet
right.
Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama leads me to believe you live in Alabama.
That's the other song you know.
Right. Sweet. Anyway, Jelly Roll did a wonderful job.
Yep.
Shout out to King Jelly Roll.
Yep.
And then his toy drive was great.
Yeah.
Over 8,700 toys. Fabulous.
Grammy
So,
nominated.
and he got nominated for Grammy, 1 or 2. I don't know. He did a he did a video. He was crying. He was so happy. Then he called his mother, and she's like, "I do what? What did you get nominated for? What? Do you get a trophy?" You got to go watch the video on Instagram because it's all real. You could tell he's like, "Well, no, Mama, I don't know. I'm not there yet." And well, all right. What else did you call for? Like she don't get it.
We'll put it in the show notes.
We'll put it in the show notes. You can go on his Instagram and watch it. Lisa Hawk sent, I never say their last names, but I just said it, whatever. So thank you, Termite Lisa, for the Bigfoot beer coaster and the Dolly Parton cat shirt. It's very fun. Nice. I'm not going to show all this because it's too much to. Ellen and David got Pubcast Christmas ornaments, which is great, and drink coasters. Conley sent a possum wine glass, which is downstairs, but also sent, these are gummies that are,
Shut up.
it looks like a Kraft macaroni and cheese box, right?
Gross.
But it's gummies inside. And she said she did, she, I don't know if Conley's a guy or a girl, I don't know. Person, whoever, said good luck. So they know this could be gross. I see gross, but I'm going to try it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. It's like, so by the way, Lewis sends me Consumer Reports.
Why?
I don't know. Because I do like it sometimes, but for the most part, because Lou likes to know what he's buying.
Do you send him something?
I send him Garden and Gun. And he will be receiving that. I just started that. I thought I'm going to send him a magazine that he looks at and goes, I don't know about all that. Because they don't really do guns a lot. I like Garden and Gun because they have wonderful Southern cocktail recipes.
Yep.
And they have lots of things with mac and cheese. Their like their food, even if you don't have time to make it, it just looks great. Yeah, so he'll be receiving that next week. Anyway, I don't know what made me think of that, but these gummies. Because they look like plastic.
Yeah.
And so the latest Consumer Reports, we have a friend, Amy Aquino. You may know her, an actor on Bosch. She was on Judging Amy. She was on Grey's Anatomy. She was on ER. You'd recognize her if you Googled her. Amy's obsessed with getting rid of plastic on Earth.
Right.
And Lewis and I frequently make fun of that. Right. I mean, we agree it'd be better if there wasn't plastic, but the things she'll make me do if it comes in this house, everything gets thrown out. Everything. Without my permission. She's plastic.
Look at your desk.
I know. Amy, I don't know.
You're
What?
about to eat plastic.
Anyway, this looks like plastic, but that's what's on the front of Consumer Reports this month or week, whatever it comes. How much plastic are you eating?
What?
Well, I'm sure
Most of your
most
food
of the
groups.
stuff. Yeah. Oh no. No. I can't even bite into it.
No.
Oh, the flavorings. No.
All right.
We tried.
That's a hard no.
Ugh. I can't even tell you what it tastes like. I don't know. I don't know. Stacy, moving on, sent me something better, beer flavored pretzels, which my friend Dorf ate the whole goddamn bag. He came over here to watch a hockey game, and then he didn't leave for like 9 hours. And then I catch him rooting around in the pantry, and I'm like, we could just get food, Dorf.
Right.
Nah, man, it is all great. And like a rat. He went through every bag and opened every bag. I got skinny popcorn in there. Yeah.
Everything.
Anyway, he ate the beer favorite pretzels. But here's a little barbecue sauce in it. It's called Schaefer's. It's from Virginia.
Okay.
By the way, well, this will go remind me when I talk about the Nashville bars what Eric Church is going to do.
Okay.
I don't even know what he's saying.
Virginia barbecue.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like Carolina E. You can tell it's got a lot of vinegar,
Okay.
which is a good start for me.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Surprising.
It's hot and surprising and vinegary.
Nice.
Yeah, hot vinegar.
Cool.
Schaefer's.
Nice.
That's wonderful.
I like it.
Yeah. Mindy sent me a Bigfoot Santa hat, which I wore over to my mom and dad's. But I also have my light up hat. My dad was really into that. Where do you get something like that? Online, Dad. It's online. I want one. I want one for the Chiefs. All right. Okay.
There you go.
We'll do that for you. This made me laugh. So, and then we'll be done with this and move on. This says Burger King. I'm holding 4 glasses in a cardboard carton.
Yep.
It says Burger King. The cardboard is long since faded. And these are Mark Twain characters plus Mark Twain on a glass.
Oh my God.
So these guys, let me find the letter. It's very interesting. Termites are wonderful. Forever ago, you were in Connecticut and posted a video photo with a portrait of Mark Twain, surprised to learn that Connecticut claimed them as theirs, him as theirs, which I was very surprised because I'm born and raised in Missouri,
Yep.
and we don't have a lot of claims to fame.
Nope.
And Mark Twain is one of them.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. And I had to go there on a field trip. So don't tell me I wasn't still in my state. But I didn't go to Connecticut.
Right.
I didn't get on a plane or a train. We got in cars and a bus, school bus. Anyway, they said, this is John and Paul. That's their names. It turns out that in addition to Missouri and Connecticut, New York also claims him. Specifically, Elmira, New York, where he met and married his wife. Not to be morbid, but he's buried here too. Huh. They didn't take him back to Hannibal? Well, I'm going to get on that.
Yeah.
I'm moving him.
Right enough.
He needs to be an animal. How are we supposed to make money if we don't have a graveyard?
The real proof.
Come on. Right. They also, this town, Elmira, I don't know. They claim that they're the birthplace of Tommy Hilfiger and home to Ernie Davis and also a really awful Civil War prison camp. Way back in the fall, we had these glasses to give it. They were a Burger King giveaway sometime in the 80s to commemorate Mark Twain. I guess that's when fast food places were smart. We're doing literature?
Right.
I mean, that's amazing. What happened, Burger King? How do we go from this to... I hate that commercial on a level that now I won't go to Burger King on purpose. That commercial and the new Taco Bell one, I don't like the music. I'll still go, but...
It's for the children.
It's for the children. I know. It's like, it sounds like a jacked up Blink 182, and I like Blink 182, but not that jacked up. It's just loud and obnoxious, but whatever. They were going to bring these to the show in Ithaca, but then they thought it would be hard to get home on a plane. Thank you for thinking of that, because some of this stuff is hard to fly home. But some of the venues will ship.
Yep.
They've been in the basement. So they've been in the basement ever since. Someday when you're feeling classy and want to pour a beer into your glass instead of directly from the can about it, you could use these to impress people with your Mark Twain trivia. If you're ever in Ithaca, Eric, I liked Ithaca. And I was surprised. I didn't know the school was up there. It's very cozy. Yeah. I like the town. I'm sure right now there's probably a lot of snow and it's probably not as cozy as I am envisioning. But they could take me to the sites. There's an old Irish bar. He also said... he probably doesn't think these are dishwasher safe. I think you could put them in once and all those people would disappear.
Right.
One dishwashing and all of those, they would be plain glasses. Yeah. So thanks, guys. That was very nice. I got a Build-A-Bear, which I get to give to one of my super, super young nieces. Nice. But it was very nice. And that was from Don and Cindy and Todd. We got Christmas ornaments. Paddle's got one too. D. There's one termite who's gotten screwed because of a show being canceled, and D got double screwed because it was just a thing. Miami got moved, and that sucks. Most people, I haven't canceled a show in 35 years except when my dad got sick in May, and I canceled 2, and I'm going back out there to do them now. Yep. Well, this month. But she sent a funny cat out. Sean and Debbie. The Bigfoot hide and seek, the glasses, Red Best whiskey sign, very cool. Because also. In breaking update, I'm going to move this podcast studio down to what is the office and pimp it out.
We're not going to be in the attic anymore.
We're not going to be in the attic anymore, Paddles. We are moving. We're spending more money.
We're moving on down.
Because the termites deserve it.
Yep.
I deserve it. I don't like being up here. It's too open. But I didn't think this would go on this long.
Well, we had the social distance when we started this.
Social distancing, you stay over there. Monica, the retired Hallmark frame employee, sent me Hallmark cards, which I can send. They're blank. It's great. Cards are like $8.
Yeah, stupid.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And then you go in, it takes too long.
Yeah.
It used to be something I'd do on the road if you were in a town and you were bored. That would be like my entertainment for the day. I'm like, well, I guess I got to give my dad a birthday card or something. And then it was funny because I had nothing else to do. Kevin and Adam, they're the Germites, gay termites from North Reddington Beach, Florida. They got me the Megalodon bottle opener. It's a Megalodon tooth. It's very cool.
Yeah.
CM, a Massachusetts termite. The Beagle calendar, great. And pictures of their Greyhound they sent.
Fun.
Always adopt a Greyhound if you can.
Okay.
Well, the retired racing ones. They need homes.
Okay.
Weird thing is, make sure you have a good fence. My friend Kathy adopted 2 and 1 got out. The motherfucker could go 50 miles an hour. You're not catching that in South St. Louis. No, he's gone. When they decide they're going to run again, watch out. But they're also, because they were adopted Greyhounds, it was so weird. They don't understand a house because they've never been in one.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't understand stairs. You have to teach them all this stuff like of a house with people. But like we would come home, we went out drinking, and one night we came home and they were both, she had 2. And they're total huggy pretzel lay on the couch. They're very tired.
Really?
Well, it's unbelievable. People wouldn't think that.
I know.
But they're super snugglers, but they're weird. They were like on top of the kitchen table, standing there like statues, not doing anything. I don't think they understood what a table was. And they got up on it, and then I think they were afraid to get down. But anyway, if you're looking for a dog to adopt. Mike sent me a bunch of holiday Haribo gummies that are going on the road with me. And Lisa and Melissa, the Bigfoot shot glass and the teas. All great. Thank you, termites, for all that stuff. And there was probably more, and I may have missed it.
We need a shout out for the baby shoes.
Well, I'm going to get to those.
Okay.
This made me laugh really hard. So one time in Vegas at the Mirage, people don't know this. I probably shouldn't say it, but there's a door that goes right backstage that's out there where the general public, all you got to do is open it.
Yep.
But I mean, you probably wouldn't find the green room. There's a lot of tunnels and hallways, but I forget whoever was opening said there's a lady at the side door with a guide dog. I'm so old, I say seeing eye dog. I know that's probably not up to speed. Guide dog.
Service animal.
Service animal. Right.
Yeah.
There we go. That's nailing it. It was a big old golden retriever. His name was Hudson. And I said, any kind of animal is welcome backstage. Don't bring animals just to get backstage. But I'm saying, the lady with the possum, I don't know how she got backstage, but good on her. I got to hold, I know.
Jesus.
And then the security guard was a retired cop. And he's like, that's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, yeah, you let it get here. You're supposed to say, who are you? I don't know who all these people are backstage. But I was super happy that she got back there. And then this lady, I got to meet her with her dog Hudson, and she sent me a Christmas card. And she said, so they were trying to get him to be a service dog. We were confident he would, we weren't confident he would pass the service dog test. He passed on his first try.
Nice.
It was close. He now works with the California Fire Department. And once again, thank you for your kindness and comedy. Diane and Hudson. Yeah, he's doing great. He passed.
Nice.
I didn't think he was the smartest one either, quite frankly, backstage. He was sweet and cute, but I wasn't seeing a real intellectual winner there. Not really. No, because we were trying to get him to calm down. He was just so excited, and then there was a popcorn machine, and he was...
Limitations.
This one is great. This is the last one. I didn't think Baby Shoe Madigan's collection would be complete without a hand-stitched beaded baby moccasin. The leathers from a buffalo trend something and tanned from a First Nations tribe in Canada. Shout out.
Nice.
Shout out, Battles.
Yep.
And trimmed with mink. I'm an Oneida Indian. So let's see if we can get other tribes to bead Max for Baby Shoe Madigan. Well, I'm using it as a Christmas ornament.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. And one is the
so
Osage. That's where I'm not obviously an Indian, but my tribe in Missouri was the Osage Indians. And then that's for you, Paddles.
So cool.
Yeah, that's your First Nations people.
Nice.
I'm going to make that a Christmas ornament.
I love it.
Yours is just plain old leather. It's
That's
not
okay.
as good as mine.
It's got the Canadian beating.
Yeah, an Indian termite. So now I have an Indian termite, aside from my friend, and it's the only other really Native American I know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that from Wayne?
I need Wayne out in Phoenix at
really love
Talking Stick, but he retired. And now this lady. I need more Native Americans, and I need more Mexicans.
Yeah.
Isabella in San Antonio is in charge of that.
Yeah.
Isabella, what's going on?
Termito.
Termito. And I'm going to San Antonio, so let's bust it out.
Yeah.
All right.
You got one more thing to taste.
One more thing. Mini Doritos. Okay, I already opened this. This is the biggest. This is like seriously what I would have turned in my homework at the meeting. This was the laziest thing. I mean, I appreciate that somebody was like, you have to have your ideas in by Friday, and somebody Thursday night was like, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have shit for the meeting. Well, to me, this looks like broken Doritos. It looks like the bottom of the bag, and somebody went, oh, I know. I'll just crunch them up and say they're minis. Yeah. They're great, but they're tiny triangles. Look, that one doesn't even have a top.
Broken Dorito.
Yeah. Kathleen, what'd you think of? Well, I broke up a bunch of shit and I had a bag that had stuff in the bottom. And we're just going to tell people they're minis so they think they're not eating as much. Okay, great. Somebody bought this idea out of the meeting and went, yeah, Kathleen's on taco. And I have some French seasoning potato chips, and then we're done. We'll move it on.
A termite sent those from
The
Kansas
termite sent it from Kansas City. It even has Joe's Barbecue on here, which
Joe's fry seasoning.
these are French fried fry seasoning potato chips.
From Joe's.
They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fry seasoning.
I always say don't change a potato chip. This is worth the change. Mm-hmm.
It's those guys' potato chips.
Guys, I like guys. Speaking of which, Kansas City, my sister and her husband have tickets to the playoff game, and he gave them away because it's going to be 4 below, and he's a big pansy about the cold, as am I.
Yeah.
But I have Raynaud's syndrome. I would lose my digits in 4 below.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be terrible.
Do you think the Chiefs are going to win?
I do think the Chiefs are going to win if they play it. I don't know if they're going to play in 4 below 0. I mean, and that's abnormal temperatures for Missouri. And I'm going to Wichita, and it's going to be 8 below, which is also abnormal. Then I'm going to Tulsa, where it gets warmer because I'm going 3 hours south. So it's not as crazy. But I don't know. Roger Goodell is such a piece of shit. And I'd like to say that loudly. And if you don't follow football, this will only take a minute. Just fast forward. It's all a mob. All of the NFL is a mob. He's the leader of the mob. He's their bitch. He's their little bitch of all these owners, Jerry Jones, and blah, blah. For him to put that on Peacock, the playoff games, bullshit. You know, that is so mean.
And it's the
Like-
Swiftie one.
Oh, and it's what?
It's the Chiefs.
It's the Chiefs. I know. But I mean, like, people like my mom and dad, if they didn't have us, well, now they're in Florida, and, you know, he's like, how do we put an app on a TV? Well, your TV doesn't even have a remote.
Right.
So you're not. It's not ready for an app, Dad. Like, there's all these old people that aren't going to know how to download an app. Even if they can, their TV probably won't do it if you haven't bought a TV in the last 5 years.
Right.
It's just mean. It's a money grab because he knows he can do it because fantasy football will keep the NFL alive. And people like me, I'm a whore about it. No matter what he does, no matter how much he abuses me, I'm like, I know, but it's the Chiefs. And then I turn it on because I'm an idiot. It's just, I just think it's horrible. And there's a bunch of people on Twitter. Everybody feels the same way. Fuck you, NFL. You know, it's just, how much money do you need? You sold Thursday Night Football to Amazon. You have football Saturday on random channels. Then YouTube. I got to go pay for YouTube, which I've done that too, so I can see all the games. And then Sunday nights on NBC. So if you have a television without all the bullshit, you can actually watch that one game or the 2 that you're given to in your area. And then Monday night is ESPN. And now it's Peacock.
Yep.
Okay. I'll get off my,
Have a drink of your Preds beer.
God, I know. I feel like Jimmy Kimmel going off on Aaron Rodgers. Don't think I didn't enjoy every minute of that. Go, Jimmy. I'm so sick of him. Aaron, I mean, not Jimmy. The funniest thing that Jimmy put in type, he started his response to Aaron Rodgers, and I won't get into all that because this is not a sports show, but Aaron said something very shitty about Jimmy. Jimmy had made jokes about him on the show, but they were light.
Yeah.
There was nothing awful. They made fun of his man bun.
Yeah.
Get over it, Aaron. You're the one running around like this, saying you're enlightened. You've come out of the dark hole. Go back in the hole. Get a haircut. Go back in the hole and come out and just tell me if you're playing for the Packers. That's all I want to fucking know. I don't care about what you learned. I don't care about how much you ate. I don't care when you went to the bathroom. I don't care. Just stop it. Jimmy Kimmel wrote his response on Twitter, but he wrote "dear asshole," but he did it with a bunch of A's like Aaron, like because Aaron is A-R-O-N, so he went "dear asshole," and I was like, "Good for you. Don't put up with that shit." And Pat Mac, I won't worry, I'll shut up about that.
Okay.
I will say I went to a Titans game over the holidays, and it was just as fun and horrible as always. The fun can't stop being had down there.
No.
Because, well, I should talk about that because if I can get back on a Sunday in between gigs and stuff, I will go to a Titans game because, first of all, it's like $1.
Right.
And all my friends are down there.
The liquor
And the weather's always pretty good, 40 or above. It's not freezing and raining and, it's a good time.
Yeah.
But the Titans,
They're terrible.
I can't tighten up. I can't. That's what they want me to do. That's the first saying.
Yep.
Tighten up. Nope. I'm tightening down. And they played Houston. It was just sloppy. It was the stadium itself is fun. Then they're going to build a big new one, but they better get a better product because you can't. And then they had the nerve during the game to put up on the thing. The Titans have won like just enough games to not get a good draft pick.
Yeah.
That's how dumb they are. 4 or 5. They put up on the thing, there's going to be an increase in season ticket prices. You better hurry up and get this shit done by December 24th. I'm like, now's not the time. They're horrible. You should say discount on season tickets. If anybody wants to come in the third level, totally empty. The club level was half empty.
Yeah.
And the owner, Amy, who I do like, she's just lucky that Nashville's a destination city.
Yeah.
This weekend down there, one of my comedian friends, Jay Paw is her name. She's a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. And for the record, the only one I know of in my entire life. And she's all in. I mean,
Your friend Allison, too.
oh, my friend Allison, right, at the golf course. Yeah. I just don't know anybody that cares about the Jaguars, but I don't really hang out in Jacksonville a whole lot, I'm in and I'm out. But she's into it. Yeah, she got the team colors and the hats and travels and all this shit. 2/3 of the stadium was Jacksonville fans.
Yeah.
You're just lucky. It's like Al Davis Jr. is lucky that people want to go to Vegas and then they'll go to a Raiders game because the Raiders aren't showing up either.
Right.
Just shitty products. So just want to see good football. I don't even care if they win. I don't really care. I'm a Chiefs fan at heart.
Right.
But you're here, be entertaining.
Right.
Throw, catch. Anybody? Nope.
Thank God there's a
Nope. Poor Derrick Henry. And he's leaving. And good. I will miss him. But I wish nothing but good things for him. And you should get out of Dodge. Get out of this place.
They fired the head coach yesterday.
They fired Vrabel. Yeah, that's a long time coming. I don't want a coach who just stands on the sidelines and rolls his eyes. That's what I'm doing. I'm not the coach. You need to, come on. I don't need Pete Carroll running around chopping on 18 bubble gum things, but you got to act somewhat interested. He just is like, well, look at that shit, huh? Boy, I can't believe that. Yeah, you should believe it. You did that. You did that. You did.
You have control.
So here's a Nashville travel update. Then we'll get to the rest of the show. So I went. My cousins came down from St. Louis. We have a thing where we go day drinking on New Year's Eve because we're old and we want to get out of there by the time the children come.
Nice.
Although I love the children.
Yeah. Drinking is the best.
The cusp of the children is good because I like the children that show up early. They're more my speed than, the bro club that shows up at 10 o'clock at night. I'm too old. I can be their mother, for Christ's sake. But the day drinking, it's just spectacular. It's so much, because there's just the right amount of people.
Yeah.
So they opened a new DraftKings bar downtown. Now, a lot of people are like, well, this is getting away from traditional Nashville. We can have both.
Yep.
Don't panic.
No.
We still have John Rich's Redneck Riviera. Don't worry, there's bullets on the wall, whatever you want. You want redneck, we got it. We got it covered. My favorite bar on all of Broadway is Bootleggers. It's an old saloon, just one alley, bar stools and tiny little high tops lining the wall. That's it. Cigarette machine, $11 for a pack of smokes. Still working. The bathroom's in the back.
Moonshine flights.
And there's always a guitar guy up in the corner, maybe 2 guys, 3 people you could fit, but usually one who's usually awesome. And they have a moonshine menu that's amazing. Shot in moonshine. But anyway, the new bars, DraftKings Sports Bar. Awesome. The TVs, my cousin Pat was just like, there's too much to take in. I don't know. My cousin Mike, he's on his easy because you can gamble in Tennessee on DraftKings and all that. And he's just like, I don't think I ever need to leave this bar. I'm like, well, we are, Mike. We're going around. We're not just staying here the whole time. Bootlegger, Barstool Sports opened a new bar. That one's fantastic too. They had live music while the games are on. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear the football. Unless it's a Super Bowl, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, the playoffs, I don't need. Unless it's your specific game you're all fired up about, I get it. But Garth Brooks opened a new bar. And
Friends in Low Places.
Friends in Low Places.
Boing.
And I love, for the record, Trisha Yearwood. And I love Garth. I like Trisha more. I'm allowed to say that. I think she sings better. I think he would agree to that if you put him up, chained him to a wall and said, answer the question or you're not getting unchained, and answer it honestly. Or you're not getting a hot dog, nothing. You're not getting nothing to eat. She has a better voice. Anyway, so I was rooting for this place. First of all, we went in, and I've been waiting to go in. It's been open a couple months, maybe a month. I don't like the outside. It looks very industrial and modern. That doesn't give me the country feel I'm looking for.
No.
The stage is huge. And there's a band on there, and they're playing smash-up songs of pop songs from the 90s.
It's weird.
Yeah, and then my friend Dorf went in, and they were playing rap. What do we...
Yeah.
Garth.
Yeah.
It's a cavernous space. I don't know what I would have done with the space either. The space might be a problem because of the way... All I kept saying is, picture this on a Tuesday at 3. Yeah, it's not going to be good.
No.
Maybe they're just going to rent it out for corporate gigs. Every tourist will go in there once, as I did, because you want to see, hey, it's a Garth Brooks. The beer was hot.
Oh.
I've never gotten a hot beer on Broadway.
Deal breaker.
No.
No.
And I was like, this is bad because this is his big weekend. And then there were like hats on a wall. My cousin Mike touched one and it just fell off because it was on a nail. And then he put it on and I'm like, you're going to get lice. You can't come back to the house. You already have lice. I can feel it. Those are the 3 brand new bars. Now, Eric Church is opening a bar on the corner. It's not open yet, and he's going to have North Carolina barbecue. Yeah! I don't know if he's from North Carolina. Is he? Okay, great. I'm very excited about that.
Yep.
And I've already seen pictures of the inside. It looks a lot cozier.
Yeah.
Garth, I'm shouting out to Trisha. You need to get down there. You need to get country music in there. I don't know what these pop bands are. It doesn't resonate with anybody.
No.
Because people aren't expecting that.
No.
And maybe when they're drunk later,
Right.
but in the
Like,
day...
Play anything at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Eric Church is from Granite Falls, North Carolina.
Eric Church, if you don't know, he's a country singer. Granite Falls, North Carolina? Okay. Well, good for him.
How was Tootsie's?
Tootsie's was great. It wasn't too packed. Went to the rooftop. If you're ever in Nashville, it's the Purple Bar. It's painted lavender. And I know the guy who owns it, Steve, and he does a bang-up job at that place. They have music on every floor, and what's amazing, Mike kept saying, Mike's like, he can't even hear the other floor. It's amazing. I'm like, I know. I don't know how you can't hear it either because they're all playing. Usually when you go in, someone's on top of the bar singing on level 1.
Right.
And then I keep going to the rooftop because it was bizarrely warm. It was like 50 degrees, and the sun was out. It was just a wonderful day of day drinking. Tootsie's, and then my other favorite bar is right around the corner off Broadway called Losers, and they always have a great musician in there too.
Yeah, they do.
And it's never that crowded in a good way.
Right.
Plenty, they're making money, but it's not like Tootsie's can get after 5 o'clock. Tootsie's, yeah,
Crazy.
just it's too crazy. Queen news. Let's move on. Well, one more termite thing. This made me laugh. This lady wrote this email, and she's 50 and looks 25 years old. Every year I take a nice long walk with the winter solstice, and yesterday was no different, except this time you were like everywhere, and I thought you'd get a kick out of it. First, I wore my cute holiday termite shirt. Thank you for wearing that.
Nice.
Second, I listened to your most recent episode while walking and cracked up of you calling out the truly terrible Carolina Panthers. Yes, I'm still a fan, but fuck, they're awful. They're the worst. 45 cents. I could live another till I'm dead.
And they traded all their draft picks.
They traded all their draft picks. Third, I got to my destination about 6 miles later, our favorite local brewery, and made friends with one of the children who was sporting a Buc-ee's onesie.
Nice.
Completing my winter solstice termite trifecta.
Nice.
Made me laugh. Yeah, the Panthers. I gotta shut up about sports, but yeah. I don't even know what you do if you're the Panthers. I don't know where you start. I don't know how you fix any of it. And I like their owner.
They got their own quarterback.
Yeah, they got
traded everything.
They traded everything for that
yeah.
guy, and he's not panning out.
No, roll tide.
Queen news. Queen news. Taylor Swift's cat, Olivia Benson, named after the Law and Order, has a higher net worth than Travis Kelce. That's just fantastic. Now, Taylor has 3 cats, I believe. I prefer Benjamin. He's one of those rag dolls, and he's got blue eye. He was the one on Time Magazine. Travis Kelce may be worth a pretty penny, but it doesn't hold a candle to his girlfriend Taylor Swift's net worth of her cats. Wow. Olivia Benson, the lover singer's feline, who she adopted in 2014, is one of the richest cats with an estimated worth of $97 million.
Crazy.
According to a Forbes style list of the world's wealthiest pets compiled by the blah, 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 she earned her fortune starring alongside her owner in several music videos. She has earned her money, this cat.
I think I know that.
The cat, named after Mariska Hargitay's Law and Order character, who's also crafted her own merchandise line, has had cameos in many big budget ads, including the likes of Diet Coke and Ned's sneakers. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end, for his part, has an estimated worth of $40 million. The cat is worth $97.
That's funny.
That's better make sure you feed that cat, Travis. That just made me laugh. It's wow. Wouldn't that be weird? Like you're dating somebody, you walk in and look at the cat and think, God damn, that could provide way more than I could. The cat.
No
The
shit.
cat. Queen news. Stevie's out on the road again. Boom. Cher can't find her kid. She's trying to get the.
weird.
Yeah, it's getting real weird. She's trying to get him into some rehab so he doesn't spend all the money in a trust fund and get him away from the. Is it a wife or a fiance or a girlfriend?
It's an ex-wife.
Whatever. But here's what I would say if I'm Cher. This is where I just fold. Look, dude, Elijah Blue, I'm almost 80. Here's the money.
Right.
Do whatever the fuck you want. Your daddy was an almond brother. Call the label. See if there's any money left. I don't know what daddy signed up for or daddy didn't sign up for, but these people are too old for this shit.
Yeah.
He's got to be 40. I mean, and probably older. I mean, I don't understand this. I understand why a parent wants to do it, so don't even get on the addiction train. I know way too much about all that shit. But I'm just saying what I would do.
He's 47.
He's 47. In 3 years, he's 50. Well, here's the money.
Yeah.
Do with what you want. I don't care. I mean, you were going to give him the money anyway. Give it to him.
Right.
These women, I don't know, men, women, everybody. I respect what they're doing.
Right.
I just wouldn't have the gumption at that age. I'd be like, I'm done, man.
Right.
Whatever you want. I'll be dead in a while. You take care of you. You do you. Dolly Parton fulfills a dying mega fan's final wish as she says, I will always love you, in a tear-jerking phone call after the doctors told the father of 5 his stage 4 cancer was incurable.
Oh.
Yeah, but she called him. He's a lawyer and a father of 5, Tennessee guy. He had stage 4 colorectal cancer in 2021. Then 3 weeks ago, he was told the treatment wasn't working. The scans showed spreading. All sad, sad, sad. And then she called him and had a whole conversation. You can listen to it online. I heard it somewhere. I don't remember. The wife spread the word on social media. Somehow it got to Dolly. And she said, I'm just happy to know I have a fan that's that devoted. And then she talked to him. She wanted to thank him for being a fan. And then she did the I will always love you thing.
Oh.
That's nice. That's a good thing. Starting off 2024 with a bang. Yeah, good things. Update. Trader update.
Oh, good.
This is why I like the FBI. They're still on top of it.
Of course they are.
They captured 3 people in Florida linked to the January 6th, 3rd anniversary of the riot. So they're not giving up. All you little traders that think you got away with it, the FBI is still looking for you. Think about that when you go to the Walmart. The FBI apprehended 3 people accused of participating in January 6th attack on the Capitol at a ranch in Florida. Fugitives Jonathan Pollock, his sister Olivia Pollock, and Joseph Daniel Hutchinson III. They're scheduled to appear at a federal court. They were trying to go on the run. That's great. The Bureau was offering up to $30,000 of information on Jonathan. I'm thinking one of his little redneck friends probably called him in.
Got him a new truck.
Pollock was accused of attacking the police and using a riot shield as a weapon during the riots. Olivia Pollock had been missing since March after she disappeared shortly before the trial was set to begin. Yep. The other one was missing. All 3 were charged in July 2021. There you go. So I'm just telling you, if there's any, I don't think any of people that listen to my act and stuff would probably be traitors. But if you are,
We're coming.
don't rest on your laurels. Update. Speaking of the traitors. Remember the shaman guy with the horns? The QAnon shaman guy that went into the Capitol and started wrecking stuff? Well, he wants his horns back.
What?
Yep. And guess what I say as the judge in that trial? Nay on the hornays. No, you're not getting your goddamn horns back because he wants to go to rallies. He's still a Trump guy. You know, you have a right to be a Trump guy. You served your time, kind of. Whatever. He's the one who wanted vegan meals and all that shit. I mean, I don't.
In a county jail.
Right, in a county jail. You just be glad you're in a cell by yourself.
Exactly.
Shut your mouth. Yeah, he wants his horns back. Here's his reasoning. His real name is Jacob Chansley.
Didn't he run for Congress or something?
He's trying to run. I do think he's mentally ill. I think that's been stated before. So I'm not going to make fun of him, but I am saying you can't have your horns back. No.
That's a weapon.
He spent 27 months in his prison for his role in the insurrection. His unique appearance, featuring his Viking hat, fur, and horns, made him a standout figure among the pro-Trump Capitol mob in 2021. The headdress has become a symbol of Capitol insurgency, with some of the most memorable images of him featuring in the attack. The FBI confiscated his headdress and belongings when he turned himself in. He says there's no justification for the government to retain the headdress as evidence as he's done his time. Well, no. I took it. I'm keeping it.
Exactly.
Yeah. The case is over.
It's evidence.
There's no, He said they're keeping it like it's evidence. It is.
Yep.
It's in the evidence locker. As a matter of fact, it says evidence locker.
Right.
And the bag it's in says evidence. That's why we know it's evidence, because it's written everywhere. He's on probation. He's still an outspoken advocate for Donald Trump. He wants to wear the headdress at future campaign events. No, you don't get to be a star. No. I don't know legally how I can get away with this as a judge because I'm not really a judge. I'll have to ask my dad. How do I get to keep it? His lawyer wants to know why he can't have it back. He's been selling T-shirts on his website adorned with the distinctive headdress. After pleading guilty and making a heartfelt apology regarding his role in the attack, he then said he regretted his guilty plea. Regrets only weigh the mind down. Oh, dude. They're like sandbags on a hot air balloon. He was released from prison 14 months early, and he said he wanted his plea reversed. No, we're not doing that. He wanted to run for Congress. As a convicted felon, he cannot vote in elections, but he can stand in them.
What?
Yeah.
You can run.
You can run, but you can't vote for yourself.
Stop it.
Yep. Think of how many people would attend his little events with his headdress on if he got his horns back.
That's a stupid rule.
Well, I'll let you know. I think the government's going to say no. You're not getting the horns back. Update! It's a Zuckerberg update. This is crazy. Seriously, I really think he's a cyborg. I don't think he's a person. I don't think he's an actual human.
A cyborg.
Like a cyborg, or, some people think aliens are just living among us in human bodies and stuff like.
He's one.
Yeah. Following an investigation by Wired, details about Mark Zuckerberg's massive and mysterious island estate have now been revealed. He's building something enormous in Hawaii, and nobody really knows what, except these guys went all in, deep dive. The in-depth investigation reportedly uncovered that the secret compound possesses several non-traditional features, like an underground bunker with a concrete-filled metal door, an escape hatch, a collection of disc-shaped greenhouses connected by rope bridges, allowing visitors to cross from one building to the next while staying among the treetops. In addition to extreme security infrastructure, the report claims Zuckerberg compound is comprised of about 12 buildings, including several guest homes. Additionally, it reportedly boasts at least 30 bedrooms and 30 bathrooms inside of its 2 main residential structure. The top secret compound, the shocking part is what's below the surface. There's 2 mansions joined by a tunnel that branches off into 5,000 square foot of underground shelter. This bunker is reportedly set to include living spaces, room for mechanical equipment, escape hatch, and includes doors found on bomb shelters that are filled with concrete. Okay.
This is insane.
First of all, if there's an apocalypse or zombies come, I don't want to survive. I don't want to be in a bunker going, do you think we can go out now?
Right.
Or are the zombies there?
Exactly.
Like, it's over. Just go to the next gig.
We don't know how to kill a zombie.
Move on down the road. Nobody needs to be around for this shit. But, I mean, if you're his wife, you know, oh, no, Mark can't come. We're working on the escape hatch doors. What? Live now.
Right.
What are you doing? It's going to be a completely self-sufficient thanks to an 18-foot tall water tank and pump system, thanks to an agricultural and ranching structures with extensive. Well, why would you want to live through this?
Right.
Because this all ends too.
Yeah.
This can't sustain itself. Okay, you got an 18-foot water power. What about electricity? What about the grid? What about the internet? You can't. I love that they're so arrogant. They think that if I build this thing, I can survive the apocalypse. That's what you're preparing for.
Right. He's got his goggles, though.
He'll have his meta goggles, and he can pretend that he's in, I don't know, Ohio, wherever he thinks it didn't happen, whatever he thinks is going to happen. It's so paranoid, too. Why are you so paranoid? Everything's been fine. I mean, we have some problems, but, you know, we're fine. We're fine. Earth is, you know, we're here.
We're good. It's a tiny bit.
He's not just using this for himself, his wife, and their 3 children, Maxima, August, and Aurelia.
He has 3 kids.
I didn't know that. I did not know he had 3 kids.
I thought there was an accidental baby.
They've also hosted 2 tech industry events at their mysterious compound. No, thanks. I don't want to go there. No. You know, you need to have this at a goddamn Hyatt in Orlando like normal people.
Right.
This is crazy. I don't even know. Are there children that work for him? I just can't imagine. I know you don't have to see him every day in the lunchroom, but I mean, I just couldn't. Update! Minnesota got a new flag. It's going to be in the notes. It's not the one I wanted.
The loon?
I wanted the loon.
Yeah.
Yep, but I do like it. It was created by artist Andrew Precker from 2,500 public submissions. But I think they should have let the people vote, and they didn't. A committee chose it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
They don't even have a lake on it, and they're the land of 10,000 lakes.
Wow.
It's pretty. I like what he did. It's very pretty. It looks very Nordic, which is good. Go check it out. Half of it's light blue, half of it's dark blue, and then there's the Minnesota North Star in the dark blue navy part. But there's no loon and there's no lakes.
Dumb.
I like the loon guys or girls better, whoever did that. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on to, holy shit, they found it. Oh, wait, I have an update. I forgot. Malaysian Flight 370. My obsession. Oh, wrong ocean. We have been looking in the wrong ocean. Get a load of this. And I believe this guy because I saw his picture and his interview, and he's 77 years old. I do not believe at age 77, after seeing my parents, that you have reasons to lie. No. You're done with all. You don't give a shit. An Australian fisherman's broken neck could be the clue that finally unravels the mystery of what happened to missing Malaysian Flight 370. The final resting place of the downed plane, which disappeared March 8, 2014, with 227 passengers and 12 crew members aboard, remains elusive despite the most extensive search at sea in world history. Now, 9 years later, after plane's disappearance, retired Australian fisherman Kit Ulver, 77, has come forward to reveal his deep-sea trawler pulled up what appeared to be the wing of a commercial airliner around 55 kilometers off the southeast coast of South Australia in the Southern Ocean in September of October of 2014. So March, October, November, December. Wait, March.
It's math, right?
April, May, June, July, August. 6 months later,
Wow.
after it crashed, this guy pulled up a wing of a commercial airline.
Uh-huh.
Most authorities believe it came down in the southern Indian Ocean,
Right.
which is where we looked, and it's very difficult to look because the Indian Ocean is one of the most treacherous and crazy things to maneuver. Mr. Olver, O-L-V-E-R, told the Sydney Morning Herald that he was trawling in his secret spot for prized fish species Alfonso when his net snagged on something large, which he struggled to bring to the surface. It was a bloody great wing of a big jet airliner. I've questioned myself. I've looked for a way out of this. I wish to Christ I'd never seen the thing, but there it is. It's a jet's wings. Because he held a pilot's license, he was confident the wing was larger than any type of private plane. So he would know. He has a pilot's license. Mm-hmm. The only other surviving member of the trawler, Vivian Janes, that was the boat name, crew, he corroborated the story, said it's all true. It was incredibly heavy and awkward. It stretched out the net and ripped it. It was too big to get up on the deck. As soon as I saw it, I knew what it was. It was obviously the wing or a big part of it from a commercial airline. It was white and obviously not from a military jet or a little plane. After struggling all day to free the object, Oliver and his crew, he ordered his crew to cut the $20,000 net.
Oh my God.
You know he didn't want to do that.
No.
I don't know. Do you have insurance on stuff like that? And let it drift back. So it sunk again. Mm-hmm. So it's probably still somewhere near-ish. He said he can locate the spot. He knows exactly where it is. He said he tried to tell the authorities when he returned to port. A few hours making the call, he was contacted by an official who told him the find was likely a shipping container that had fallen from a Russian ship. Well, the guy's a pilot. I think he would know. Normal people would know.
Exactly.
And then the AMSA said they have no record of the phone call. I don't believe them.
Me neither.
He believed that it was the right thing to do to go public with his find if it could help the families of those aboard Flight 370 know the fate of their loved ones. He told the Daily Mail Australia that he cleared his conscience and was not prepared to answer any more questions from journalists. That's it. I've told you what happened. I told my point of view. Anything else I could come up with would be conjecture or supposition on my part, and I'm not really interested. See, this is an old man. Just like, look, by the way, here's the facts. I'm not going to keep talking about it. That means he doesn't want anything. He doesn't want to go viral. He doesn't want to... then it's just more about the flight. But, can somebody go look? Right. There's still a bunch of families that don't know where their people are. Holy shit, they found it. We're moving on. This made me laugh so hard. Because sometimes I say perfectly dumb things just to irritate Lewis. My little friend Lewis Black, the comedian. And we went to Iraq and Afghanistan and did those tours of comedy shows, and it was totally fun. But some of the days there would be sandstorms, and you weren't allowed to fly in helicopters or anything. You were just, the answer was no. And I'd never seen a sandstorm like that in my life, and it is not something you want to really experience if you don't have to. They were crazy. But some days the sand would, quiet down, and we were bored. I mean, you could play cards or, there's just not much to do.
Right.
And it was a strange collection of people. There's Kid Rock and Robin Williams. It was all just very Kelly Pickler. They were different trips, but there was a lot of us it was fun. Everybody was a good time. But sometimes you just wanted to go do something weird. And every day, at least twice a day, Lou would go, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "I'm going outside, Lou. Don't go out there. There's too much sand." I go, "I know. But now is the time I'm going to find my Genie Lamp." And then he would look at me like I was a racist for saying that. I'm like, "No, I'm not a racist, Lou. And I don't really believe in, I don't know. There might be genies. I don't know. But I'm going to go find an artifact." And then I would go out in the sandstorm. I'd only last about 10 minutes. It was too much, especially with contacts in. It was just a nightmare. Well, some Israeli defense guys, they found a perfectly preserved 1,500-year-old oil lamp, also known as a Genie lamp. They found one.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. I sent this article immediately to Lewis. I'm like, see, I was not looking in vain. Now, granted, we were in Afghanistan, but it's the Middle East. Yeah. I mean, this is what they used. It was used as a little oil lamp. And according to Sarah, the IAA's archaeologist in the western Negev region, somewhere in Israel, it's a pottery lamp from the Byzantine period known as a sandal lamp. It was commonly used for light and made in a pattern typical of a something region in southern Israel near the Gaza Strip. It's tiny too. It fits in his hand. It's like a regular sized guy. It's adorable. I'm happy that the ancient lamp brought enlightenment to the soldiers. I congratulate them for their vigilance and show of good citizenship. I remind everyone that in the event of finding an ancient artifact, it's important to leave it in place and call the staff. I wouldn't have the self-control.
No.
If I saw part of the genie lamp, stop it. I'm getting everything out of my backpack that can be dug with. But it made me laugh because I like that.
That was great.
Holy shit, they found it. This is scary. This is Jurassic Park. Perfectly preserved dinosaur embryo found inside a fossilized egg.
Oh.
And there's a picture of it. And that little guy is waiting to come back to life. An incredibly rare, fully articulated dinosaur embryo has been found inside a fossilized egg that had been collecting dust for over a decade in the storage room of a museum in China. Thought to be between 66 and 72 million years old, the unborn specimen reveals an incredible link between dinosaurs and modern birds. And then it gets hard. I can't get into all that science, but I'm just telling you.
Do your impression.
My impression of what?
A dinosaur.
Of a dinosaur. That's them coming out of the egg.
Great.
Thanks. But see, I think we could. I think science could bring it back to life. Maybe I'm giving science too much credit. I don't know, but I think they can.
Yep.
News. We're moving on.
Find a scientist.
Starbucks.
Uh-huh.
It will accept reusable cups for drive-through and mobile orders.
No.
Well, I get that we're trying to not have as much trash. I get it. It's probably a good thing. But the reusable cup through a drive-through, slow. Mobile orders, that means I got to take my cup in. Here's what's going to happen.
That's the point of the mobile orders.
I know. Starbucks announced it will allow customers. This is why I'm a big fan of 7-Eleven. Their coffee's fine. And there's all the choices. Do it yourself.
Wawa.
Nobody gives a shit. Wawa, go in Wawa. I mean, sometimes Starbucks, it's just too hard.
Yeah.
You can use your own personal cups for all visits, including drive-through and mobile orders, in a bid to reduce waste sent to landfills. The new practice starts Wednesday at all company-operated participating stores licensed in the U.S. and Canada. With the majority of Starbucks beverages enjoyed on the go, the milestone unlocks a big opportunity for customers to choose reusables and support Starbucks' commitment to reduce waste by 50%. I mean, if I had the time.
Right.
Yes, of course, I don't want trash everywhere.
Right.
But
You also travel everywhere.
I don't know that we do it in the drive-through.
No.
I don't know. The Seattle...
To save 10 cents, too.
Plus, there's a financial incentive. Customers who bring a clean personal cup get a 10-cent discount on their beverage. I don't give a shit. If you're spending the money you're spending at Starbucks on a cup of coffee, you don't give a shit about 10 cents.
No.
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 Unless you're like a Warren Buffett and you're always looking for those kind of things, you know.
Every 20
How will it work? Customers ordering inside cafes will simply let baristas know that they brought their own personal cup and hand it over.
That's okay.
Right. Inside is fine.
Yeah.
In drive-thrus, customers alert baristas when ordering that they have their own cup. Baristas will collect the cup, fill the cup, and pick it up the window. So we've lost the time where it's ready, where I just hand it out the window.
Right.
For app orders, which I do a lot on the road, customers will press the customization button and select personal cup and then continue ordering as normal. Once they get to the cafe, customers hand over their cup and the baristas in the pickup line. The new effort comes after personal cup was piloted at 200 drive-through stores in Colorado. I don't know. Maybe the children can work this quickly. I get it, but I do think it's going to slow things down.
Yeah.
We shall see. Perhaps I'm wrong.
Wow.
Can we talk about the guy at the Bass Pro Shop in Alabama? I love Roy Wood Jr. He's a comedian. If you don't know who he is, he's very funny. And he was like, don't put this on Birmingham. He's from Birmingham. He goes, this is Leeds, Alabama. That's quite a way away because they just they rounded up and said it was Birmingham, Alabama. If you've never been in a Bass Pro Shop, I've been in many, many, many in my life. And the mothership of all Bass Pro Shops, proud to say, Springfield, Missouri. That's the mothership. And that one's awesome. And if you have kids, it's awesome because there's this enormous aquarium and it's meant to look like a lake. It's not as pretty as the ocean. And it's got lake things in there. Carp, catfish, bass, crappie, everything you can think of. But it also has snapping turtles.
Oh,
At least the one the mothership. Yeah, because a snapping turtle, it doesn't fuck with the fish. They don't really do anything, but it can take your toes off your finger. I mean, if you don't know anything about turtles and you see one by a lake, do not approach it. That would be my advice to you. I know what they look like.
Especially if they have a beak.
Leeds, Alabama. A man crashed his car outside a Bass Pro Shop, stripped down to his birthday suit, and plunged into the giant aquarium in the store. Now, people are saying, I have read online he's mentally ill, so I can't make too much fun of him. But I have waited for some hillbilly to jump in there. Yeah. I knew it would happen. It's because the top's too open. And you can climb up the rocks. There's like a fake rock thing. And
usually a weird bear on it.
Yeah, there's bears up. There's things you can hold on to, the stuffed bears. Oh, not a real bear. He did a cannonball. And then he stood under the waterfall. I think what we're going to teach the Bass Pro Shop is what I've been thinking for at least 15 years. Netting. You should probably have a net up there. Yeah, because it's too tempting. It's too tempting. Somebody's going to want to do it, whether they're mentally ill or not. I think the knot, just regular old redneck. Yeah. I dare you, man. Come on. You know what? I got an idea. Let's go down to the Bass Pro Shop, and we're going to trick Mike to jump in. I could totally see that conversation happening.
I'm surprised nobody's actually started fishing in the tank.
I'm fishing in the tank or bringing a net in and just grabbing whatever they want and walking out with it. And you know what? Nobody at the Bass Pro Shop would stop them. No. We can get another catfish, you idiot. Oh, you got our good catfish. We have a million. We have a million.
Her name's Mabel.
Are you looking to move, termites? Do you want to know what the hottest housing market is in 2024?
It's got to be north.
Buffalo.
Stop it. That's fantastic.
Buffalonians, do you hear me? Now, I love one of my top 10 bars in the country is Gabriel's Gate. Mm-hmm. And you have to go to the Anchor Bar if you go to Buffalo because that's where the chicken wing was invented. Mm-hmm. And there's a good.
Great beer.
And great beer, cold beer. I like the vibe of that place, but I think the wings at Gabriel Gate are better. And a termite told me to do that, and I did it. Yep. And they were right. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't been it's in Old Town, Gabriel's Gate. I'd never been in that bar.
Allentown.
And Allentown, right, yeah. Well, Buffalo, I worked the club up there a few times, and I always had a good time because the people are fun.
That's fantastic.
Everybody's a big drinker. But I don't know about living there. I don't know. I don't even know anyone who lives there except a couple of DJ guys. Snowy Buffalo is slated to have the hottest housing market in 2024. Despite the notoriously long, harsh winters, that would get me down. The Western New York town has topped Zillow's 50 hottest markets in 2024 due to its affordability, making owning a home a real possibility for young people. Housing markets are the healthiest, where affordable home prices and strong employment give young hopefuls, blah, blah, blah. A typical home there is $248,000. Nice. You got to be good with the cold, though, because it lasts a long time. It goes from Halloween to the end of May.
Or being in a bar.
Or you just stay in the bar.
Yeah.
If you put 5% down on a typical home in Buffalo, the mortgage would end up being $1,792. $1,792.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It had the highest number of new jobs per housing units. I don't know what's going on up there. Charlotte was named in 2023, and Charlotte is on the upcoming. They were not wrong.
That's fun.
Charlotte's all young people. My friend Dorf's brother, Big Dorf, his kid moved there, and I was like, go. It is wonderful. Weather's great.
Yeah.
I like humidity, though, and I like heat.
Terrible.
The what?
Football team.
Football team? Yeah.
Affordable.
It's affordable. It's 45 cents to go to an NFL game. Maybe your team will come to town. You don't know. Mm-hmm.
Great barbecue.
At this rate, you might be able to play. Do you want to play? You want to try to punt? Saw a video of John Daly kicking a field goal. He's available.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's really good still, too. He kicked a perfect extra point, barefooted, that hillbilly monster. John Daly, the golfer, has the record for the longest field goal ever kicked at a high school in Jefferson City, Missouri, and I'm aware of this, and everyone's aware of this. When I first met John Daly, that's what I brought up, because I thought, he won't know that anyone knows that on this planet, and I have that piece. He's like, how'd you know something like that? I go, because I have relatives that live in Jefferson City.
That's fantastic.
But just yesterday on Instagram, he's totally chubby. He's got a cig. He always has a cig. He also has bladder cancer while all this is happening. He clearly isn't bothered by that. and barefooted, and he kicked it. He lined up straight. He has a very weird approach. He doesn't go 1-2 step sides. He just goes straight on and kicks it with the top of his foot, and it was perfect.
God, I'd break my toes.
Anyway, got a little sidetracked there. Behind Buffalo are the Midwest cities of Cincinnati and Columbus. I've always loved Columbus.
Yeah, that's fun.
But it's very family friendly, and the school is there, so it's a college town. Cincinnati's totally fun, but I might look across the river down into Covington. Those big old houses on the river are so pretty. And I bet your taxes are cheaper in Kentucky. Just saying. Buffalo, that's where it's happening. And you can be a Bills fan and a Sabres fan. I forget they have a hockey team. I hate to say that, but...
And the Blue Jays farm team.
The Blue Jays farm team. Okay. Who wants to buy Alexander Hamilton's pistol?
Nobody.
Oh, all kinds of people. And I'm surprised with the amount of gun nuts in this country and the gun collectors. There's normal ones too. That it's only going for $500,000.
$500,000.
It's really his.
Come on.
No. Pocket flintlock pistols. They got that round handle. They look super old timey.
They have them in on TV.
They're ideal for close range defense. If you're accosted by a thief or something, that's when they. Oh yeah, after the thief stopped laughing.
Yeah, you just have to hit the person.
Right.
Actually hit them.
Hamilton, the New York Post founder, was a Revolutionary War officer and the nation's first Treasury Secretary.
He founded the New York Post?
I guess so. I didn't know it was that old.
Wow.
He was living in New York when he got the guns, which are steel-mounted and gold-copper alloy on walnut. They're engraved with his initials, but it's not known whether he bought them himself or it was gifted. He was the most sought-after lawyer in New York, so he had a lot of business and a lot of French clients. What does that have to do? Are we saying they're violent?
I'm not sure.
He was connected to the upper echelon of political figures, from the Marquis de Lafayette, who had a big doings in St. Louis. That's why we have Lafayette Square. Yeah. It was a diplomatic gift.
Big doings.
Another pair of pistols owned by him was sold at auction in 2021 for $1.5 million. I would think he'd get more than $500,000 for that.
I don't know.
There's enough gun people.
That's a lot of money for something that don't fire.
It probably works. Of course it'll work. You can make it work.
Where do you get the ammo?
Where do you get the ammo? You probably got to get online to some old-timey site. Maybe it's a make-your-own-bullet kind of deal. I don't know.
You also need a steel forger.
Here's 6 weird traits which show you have Neanderthal DNA.
What?
In modern humans, up to 2% of our DNA comes from Neanderthal ancestors. DNA from Neanderthals has small but detectable effects on humans today, stemming from an ancient period where humans and Neanderthals interbred. It's believed modern humans who spread out of Africa and Asia around 60,000 years ago interbred with Neanderthals, and Neanderthal DNA spread across the world. I have few of these. I could be a Neanderthal. Here's what they are. You decide if you are.
Okay.
You smoke and or love nicotine. All in.
Yeah.
And from the day I smoked one cigarette, I'm like, I'm going to need a pack. That was wonderful.
I love it.
And then, like, my one sister could smoke just 2 cigarettes on a Saturday. What's that?
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't smoke the rest of the week? No. Impossible. I mean, yeah. So if you're a smoker or were a smoker, whatever, if you liked it, I loved that. That's part of it. That's the nicotine addiction. It's your genes. Do you have thick, straight hair? No, I do not have thick hair, but I have straight hair.
No.
You're an early riser? No.
I am.
You are paddles?
Yeah.
You have a big nose? No, I don't.
I don't think so.
You suffer badly when you get COVID-19? No. You struggle to get a tan? Yes.
Yeah, burn.
But that's just because I'm from genetically an island with very little sun. Well, how am I going to get tan if you're from Ireland?
Right.
Originally, your people. I mean, no, we lived in beehives, these little huts
so
they called
bad.
beehives. Yeah. So how do you feel about that list, termites? I'm half.
Yeah.
Half of the list.
Me too.
Probably everybody's about half.
We're half-a-thalls.
Yeah. I'm going to save a couple of these for next week. We're going to do a segment on cruise ships next week. The crazy shit that has gone on.
Can't we do at least one this week?
One?
Yeah.
All right. This one.
Because there's been a lot.
This one. A cruise bound for the Bahamas was rerouted to Boston in Canada. No, just take me fucking home. I'm not going. I don't even have the clothes. You picture every Midwest person. You always tell, I mean, it's not just the Midwest, but I specifically always see it like in Minnesota at the airport. There's always a gate area and it says, Cancun or Cozumel. And there's all these super white people and they're in like summer outfits because they somehow, I can't believe they left their home in Minneapolis or somewhere in Minnesota in that outfit and went to the airport. You left and it's 12. Yeah. Well, how the fuck did you not freeze to death getting here? And they're all so excited, right? Yeah. So you didn't pack a coat or gloves. You didn't even wear it to the airport.
They're wearing flip-flops.
Or you left it in the car because it's not with you. This is just, these cruise companies, I feel like they're the NFL. They're a mob. Nobody's controlling them. No one's making them do things. This is why I'm against it. My friend Avi went on one. It's his first one ever. I can't wait to hear. He went over the holidays with his family.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was scheduled to sail from New York to Bahamas, but severe weather forced a last-minute change to the ship's itinerary. Instead of heading south for the winter, passengers were notified they'd be heading to Boston, New England, and Canada. The switch was made due to unseasonably and rapidly worsening weather that would have made it impossible for them to safely reach the southern Atlantic Ocean from New York City. Then take me back to New York.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you're going to charge me.
Right.
Because I went somewhere.
Yep.
And I love New England, really love Boston, and I love Canada, especially if we're going to Nova Scotia.
Basically, it's a cruise to wherever they can drive to.
They can drive.
To any of those places.
And you could actually have clothing that was appropriate. Hey, do you want to go on the deck and look at Nova Scotia? Oh, no, I just have underwear and a swimming suit. That's what I brought, a swimming suit and underwear.
Do you have a wetsuit?
The only alternative would have been to take the more extreme step of canceling. Yes. Give them the money, but they don't want to give the money back.
Exactly. Dicks.
The statement explained that the complexities involved in obtaining last-minute berths for unplanned stuff. Also, do you not have radar? Do you need the Weather Channel? Do we need to buy you the Weather Channel and pay for it? How did you not know? You knew when you left. I know they knew because I saw them do it on a Royal Caribbean that I was on. I was looking at the TV going, Louis, do you have this channel in your room? Look at that. We're sailing into a fucking hurricane.
It looks like silly string.
Deep, 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 deep. Make sure you get to the buffet by 7. What? I think you meant bar, but okay.
Wow.
They had it. So one passenger, she was devastated. This is some of my kids' Christmas gift. We're from Chicago, so we wanted to change weather. I never fathomed we could be back in cold weather. It's a little depressing because you imagine we're making the most of it, but people are walking around in gloves and coats and hats. Yeah, I mean, no.
Wow.
Oh, and I don't even care.
That's insane.
If you give me a free coat, I don't. Oh my God. We are still here in Boston, this one person shared. We have kids in the pool still. It's cold outside. She narrated in a video of the mostly empty pool, including a bundled up employee in a ski jacket. The pool's not heated. It's not heated. It's not a heated pool. We're in Boston. Not heated. She just keeps saying not heated.
Kids don't care.
No, they don't care. All right, we're going to save that. I'm going to save that.
That's
Those are
ridiculous.
more cruise ship ones that are just insane. This is a little trip down memory lane.
Okay.
Makes me sad. But things have to move on, Kathleen. 2 iconic Las Vegas Strip resort casinos enter their last days. It's a great time of change on the Las Vegas Strip. Yes, I know. Google Fontainebleau, the new casino.
Not so good.
Not doing so well. It's a great time of change to be on the Las Vegas Strip when 2 longtime fan favorites will soon be no more. It's true. It's only in Las Vegas performers like Donny Osmond and Wayne Newton, but it's true of some of the city's biggest performers like Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, who have residencies at the MGM resorts. So here's what's closing.
Okay.
The Tropicana. Now, that is one of the first Well, the second casino I think I worked at, the Trop. First I worked at Bally's, Catch a Rising Star was in the basement. That was nice. And then the Trop was across the street, and it was called Comedy Stop at the Trop. There was one in Atlantic City as well. And you had to work the one in Atlantic City if you wanted the Vegas one, and none of us wanted Atlantic City because it was just all mean old men that would heckle you. It was horrible. It was so depressing, and it was 7 days. And I love to gamble and smoke and drink. So if I was like, yes, please, it's getting me down. Not anymore because the Borgata is wonderful.
Yeah.
But back then,
Hard.
yeah. One time I didn't know that I shouldn't be walking the boardwalk at night. I gave away all my cigarettes just to get people off my ass. I gave away 20 cigarettes when I did not have enough money to be buying crazy cigarettes. I was probably making $350 a week. And I'm like, fuck, I just gave away all my cigarettes. But I saved my life, so what are you trading here? Anyway, the Tropicana in Vegas, and it's got to go. It's done. And it's going to be blown up to be a Major League Baseball stadium. My only wish, if anyone's listening, if you've ever been in the casino in Tropicana in Vegas, in the main casino where the craps tables are and the blackjack tables are, there is a ceiling there of stained glass that is the most beautiful thing outside of a church I've ever seen. And if they destroy it, I'm going to be super sad.
We did it on your Instagram.
On the Instagram, I took videos of it. Yeah. I went down there because I thought this could blow up before I get back.
Put it in the show notes.
I walked all the way down there from the Mirage.
Yeah.
It is not an easy walk anymore. When I started working there, I am so old that I remember when you could walk down the entire strip and back and never leave the street. Now, every other block, you got to go up the thing and then across the road, the strip, and then down the thing, and then it stops again. You can't just go, hey, let's go for the 3-mile walk. No. You can't do it. And then the other one, I mean, yeah, I know they got to go, but it's just sad. In addition to losing Tropicana, we're going to lose Casino Royale. And that's right in the middle of the strip, across from the Tropicana. It's right by White Castle. There's all these little things in there, but they would have like $2 craps. It was just, and it was a break. If it was super hot, if you were walking the strip, you're like halfway is Casino Royale. I had a little affinity for it. They had cheap slots. It was just like an old-timey place.
Giant beers.
Yeah, enormous beers. Even I was like, okay, stop pouring. That's crazy. I can't drink all that. The smaller property located directly on the strip between various Caesars resorts and the Venetian is famous for offering free play to all walk in. Perhaps best known for offering air conditioning as you make often slow walks between those big properties. It was built in 1964. It will be knocked down or imploded for something much more impressive to take its place. It's a quaint piece of Las Vegas history that really no longer requires being in the world of mega resorts. It doesn't. It's out of place. I know. And I knew it would be something, but it's nostalgic. And you know what they need to do? They got to stop with these enormous resorts. Like the one that's actually called resorts. It's red. It's down by the Stratosphere. I went, no. Way too big, way too not cozy, way too not fun, way too sterile.
Across from the wind.
It's across from the wind. And then apparently the Fontainebleau, same thing. They need to build, I think so the Mirage will no longer be the Mirage. It's going to be the Hard Rock. Now, I work Hard Rocks all around the country, and it's not what you're thinking of the 90s. They're awesome. And it's a giant guitar that'll be on the strip, and there's rooms in the guitar. It's amazing.
Right.
But also, it's medium size, at least the ones I've been in. That's what we need. We need medium size. We can't, these gigantic ones, there's just nothing. Like the Mirage was such a great size because I could tell my mom, go down to the casino, and then I could just find her because she's not answering her 1938 flip phone. No, so, all right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This is the last one I'm going to do for today. Termites has been a long podcast because I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a while. So I had a lot to say.
Welcome back.
Yeah. And Happy New Year to everybody. 2024, we're going to kill it. This is amazing. Congratulations to Francois Betancourt Myers. She is the heir of L'Oreal, and she became the first woman with $100 billion.
Oh my God.
Francois, you did it. You beat Oprah. You beat Tay-Tay. Francois Betancourt Myers, the granddaughter of the founder of French beauty brand L'Oreal, cracked the $100 billion barrier, becoming the first woman to boast 12-figure fortune. She's 70 years old. She dropped to the number 12 spot on Bloomberg's Billionaire Index after gaining a staggering $836 million as of Wednesday's closing bell to peak at $100.2 billion. Her wealth puts her among the highest earners like Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. Her wealth is from her stake in L'Oreal, the world's largest cosmetic company, which she inherited following the 2017 death of her mother, Lillian Bettencourt. Her grandfather founded the company in 1909. Families built the beauty empire into up to $240 billion. Yeah, it's amazing. Nice. She's the only child. Bettencourt Myers is known to have a rocky relationship with her mother, who triggered a political scandal in 2010 by recordings by her former butler sparked probes into President Nicholas Swarovski's 2007 bid and influence peddling allegations against the former labor minister, so-and-so. The bitter court battle, there's a great documentary about this, began merely as a family dispute after Lillian, her mother, roughly gave $1.3 billion in gifts to a friend. This made her daughter question whether her elderly mother was fit to manage the family's wealth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would question that too.
Yeah,
I watched this. It's on Netflix. It's called The Billionaire, the Butler, and the Boyfriend. It debuted in November.
Oh, yeah, what?
It's a little slow at times, but if you stick with it, it's just a crazy story. I mean, it doesn't have
The Billionaire.
the drama that's The Billionaire, the Butler, and the Boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Putting it in the notes.
She's a reclusive billionaire who plays piano for hours each day. She's a vice chair of the board of L'Oreal, which has come to include subsidiaries like Maybelline, Kiehl's, and NYX, among other cosmetics.
Oh, wow.
Her sons, Jean-Victor Mayer and Nicolas Mayer, are also directors, and they're only in their 30s. Imagine that. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Congratulations to Francois. Making women look good.
Nice.
All right, termites. It's been a long one. Hope you stuck with me.
Any New Year's resolutions?
No, I never do New Year's resolutions. No. Because there's no reason to set myself up for disappointment. Disappointment will come as life goes on. Life will give you disappointment. There's no reason to set goals.
It also gives you joy.
It doesn't give me joy.
Come on now.
Because I don't do them. It gives me joy to not do them. The only thing I did say is I'm going to take one of my old DVDs and cut it up and put it on TikTok. That's what I got going.
That's a good goal.
Well, I've looked at it for a long time. I'm like, there's some funny shit on there. I should do that. And then it just sits in the office. I am going to lift more weights because after seeing my parents get old, the one thing you're going to need is strength.
Yeah.
And
Muscle.
not just, oh, I took a walk today.
Right.
That's the shit I've been trying to pull off for a long time. And I can tell you, looking at my mom and dad, that's not going to be enough. No. So I'm going to get somebody over here to tell me what to do.
Lift more weights. Got it. Tim Wilkins will help you.
So, yeah, Tim Wilkins. He's my friend and a comedian, and he's a weightlifter guy. It's amazing. He's the over 50 crowd. He went all in at 50.
Really?
It's amazing. Yeah, he was always in great shape.
Yeah.
He's a very disciplined person. So I like hanging out with him. It's like an animal I'm never around. Like, there's no comedians that are that disciplined as Tim. No, not a fucking one of them. And he's just like this different breed. It's just fascinating. And he gets so excited. So you get to the gym about 6. I mean, I'm like, you already lost me. 6. No. How about 2?
Nope.
How about 2 after a nice lunch? Here's where I'm going, termites. Come find me. Wichita, it's going to be super cold, but what else do you have to do? Friday.
Come on.
Saturday, Tulsa. And then Santa Rosa, Wheatland, San Luis Obispo, Monterey, Birmingham, Alabama, Atlanta. Good, I can drive. Atlanta, drive. Scottsdale, talking stick. I love it. Chattanooga, I can drive. Huntsville, I can drive. I love driving instead of flying. I'm so sick of flying. I'm so sick of flying. I mean, it's fine. I like the Delta Lounge. I like my friends in there. Mm-hmm. The bartenders, everybody in it. I know everybody in Atlanta, everybody in Nashville.
Yeah. You're a regular.
I'm a regular on their planes, and it's all Delta. Detroit, 2 nights. Well, technically Royal Oak. Dayton, Indy, San Antonio, Austin, Marietta, Ohio, Cincinnati. Second housing market you should look into, according to Zillow. Tarrytown, Wilmington, Delaware, and Thousand Oaks, California. And then the fall is booked. I just can't say where I'm going because the tickets aren't on sale. And then if I say that and then people start calling the venues get mad at me. And we don't need the venues mad at me. No, we do not. You can't announce things until they're on sale. And if you're looking for something weird to watch, I forgot to say, I would go. Lewis told me to go watch Fargo, the show. Every season is different.
Great.
And he said he loves Chris Rock, like personally. He's a very nice person. I like Chris. But he said that season he thought was a little bit boring. So I didn't go to that one. I went to the current one. I watched all that. And then I went to season 2, Gene Smarts, and that was great. They're very weird and they're violent. And I really didn't understand at the end. I loved the show, but I don't know. I don't know. I think there's symbolism involved, and that's where I don't keep up. We're like, well, didn't you see the fish come out of the back of the car? What? No, I didn't. And even if I had, I wouldn't have known what the fuck that meant. But Kathleen, they had talked about earlier the fishes. No, I don't remember that. Yeah, I'm late to the party on. Yeah, whatever. But it's a fun show if you're looking for something to binge. And the acting is phenomenal. Everybody's in it. Kieran Culkin's in it. I mean, all these people. Billy Bob Thornton's in the season 2. I think I'm watching now. Gene Smart. Just there's so many great people. Everybody took the gig. I guess they all like the writing or something. I don't know because I can't imagine it paid. And Chris's, I haven't seen it, but
That's great.
yeah. And
Wichita. What are you gonna do?
what am I doing in Wichita?
You gonna go to Spangles?
I'm gonna go to Spangles to get a hamburger. They also have a giant slushy mimosa.
It's crazy.
I can't believe that this fast food place has a liquor license. Just because they had, I did it.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about a drink. I was gonna get a Diet Coke, and I'm like, oh, but wait, looky here. What's the orange slush? And I don't know what else. I'm not going outside.
What's there to do in Tulsa? I've never been to Tulsa.
Tulsa, there's a recording studio I'm gonna go tour. They sent a thing. It's like Muscle Shoals, but it's of Tulsa, and I want to see it. So I'm gonna go to that for fun. And then I don't know, Tulsa. I just hang out with my friends. Once you've done Oral Roberts University, which is really something to see, everyone should go. He said he saw the 600-foot Jesus, all that. It's just, and I don't know. I haven't been in years, so it might have changed. I shouldn't even speak on that. But Tulsa is just one of those towns where I just call my friends and go have beers.
Nice.
Yeah, there's not a lot of what I would call touristy things. I mean, termites, you can correct me if there's something I don't know about. But, it's Tulsa.
Cool.
Yeah, go find your friends. Go have beers. Plenty of great bars and good beer.
Nice.
Yeah, they have weird beers, too. They're into it. Yeah.
Beers.
All right, that's it. Episode 165.